All right, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to everyone. My name is Ahmad Zarif Adam. You can call me Zarif. And
My name is Wan Fazlizan Shakirin. You can call me Kirin.
all right, welcome to the Sembang Antarabangsa and IRsoc podcast. IRsoc is International Relations Society, University of Malaya, by the way. So, an IRsoc podcast designed, created to present, discuss matters regarding international relations in a simple word to you so that you can understand about how things are going on in the international stage. So yeah, what are we trying to do here is, of course, maybe discuss what is currently happening throughout the world, because as you know, the world is currently in such a chaotic state right now, because there's wars currently happening everywhere. The Russia-Ukraine war has been ongoing since maybe like 4 years ago. So yeah, and then there's a new war happening, not a war, maybe a conflict between India and Pakistan, and of course there is the Israel-Palestine war that has been going on since more like than 60 years, 70 years already. So yeah, amidst all of this, here we are trying to explain this, why states are behaving in such a manner, why states are basically fighting with each other. So we are trying to convey it to you in a very simple manner. So yeah, so Karim, what are your opinions on this?
I think this podcast is an amazing opportunity for us to educate a lot of people out there watching, listening from whatever media you're watching. And hopefully, we will be sharing this podcast on multiple social media platforms, especially YouTube and TikTok and Instagram.
Yes.
And you will be receiving updates from us. And hopefully, we can do more episodes like this in the future. Yeah.
Yes. So I think like maybe we are going to invite guests in the future, maybe from our department, maybe from our lecturers in the Department of International and Strategic Studies. Maybe also we will bring our colleagues here to sit with us and discuss, maybe have some productive discussion regarding what is happening in the world currently. So yeah, I guess the audiences just have to stay tuned and maybe just keep watching the Sembang Antarabangsa podcast. So yeah.
In this podcast, among the things that we will be discussing will include international issues, international politics, economics,
Yes, of course.
the boring stuff like theory, which isn't really boring if you're really into it, and a lot of things that you have probably heard of before, but you have come to, well, just accept that you don't really understand them. And we will ensure that the things that we bring to you are, like you said, simple enough to understand, right? And digestible.
Yes.
Yes.
Digest.
So yeah, international relations. That's a pretty specific term.
Yeah.
What is it? What have you understood from all this time studying international relations? What is it then?
So I've been studying international relations for almost a year right now, and maybe what can I define? How can I define international relations? It is a maybe interactions between states. If you want it to be termed in one sentence, it is the interaction between states and maybe non-state actors. Okay, so previously it is the interaction between states, and maybe in the contemporary age it is the interaction between states and non-state actors. So yeah, I think like maybe it involves many theories. There's like a dozen or more theories regarding international relations that is being used to define how states are interacting with each other, why states are interacting with each other. So I think like maybe the best way to define international relations is that it is the interactions that that is happening between countries across the globe, that may be motivated by political, social, or economical aspects, economical factors. So maybe it also involves who's leading the countries, maybe if we got a more open leader, you will get a more liberalist view from those countries, or if you get a more protectionist leader, populist leader, you may get a more realistic views from that country. So I think that is what international relations is. So what do you think?
I think international relations, you have encapsulated what international relations is pretty well. But in my opinion, international relations actually nowadays, it's not just nowadays we are slowly more. I think nowadays we can say non-state actors are beginning to play a more predominant role.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, of course.
So I think international relations nowadays is becoming more and more towards not just understanding, analyzing, and studying behaviors of a bunch of states that are faceless. Things like identities are beginning to play a more important role. And I think nowadays it's becoming more towards studying what each individual or the human aspect of it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I think it's well for us to discuss a few things that our department has been done for the last few months. One of it is IRsoc writings, where it has been written by the members from our department. So of course, not to maybe push myself over here, but I'm going to discuss my article.
Yes,
so,
you should. You should.
So I've written an article in February titled ASEAN Chairmanship 2025, Blending Malaysia's Foreign Policy with Regional Values. So there, by the way, if you guys want to read it, you can go to our IRsoc website. So basically what I'm trying to say is that Malaysia can make a good use of its neutral stance to maybe push itself more on the international stage amidst the US and China tariff, trade war, call it whatever you want, but basically it is maybe an opportunity for Malaysia to maintain good relations with both superpowers, and then make a good use of that relationship to push itself more on the global arena. So Malaysia has been doing many excellent foreign policy. Basically, one of it was hedging, which means striking a balance between cooperation and competition with major powers. So by hedging, Malaysia's forge partnerships with anybody that serves its best interests. So I think by doing these kind of excellent foreign policies, so I think it would benefit Malaysia in the long run. So Kieran, have you read the other articles?
One other article other than yours, which is, yes, it's interesting.
Yes.
And another article that I have read is actually titled "The Yellow Lens, Through the Yellow Lens, Hollywood's Filtered View of the Global South." Now, from the surface, the article seems to touch on, we have seen the memes. Presumably, many of the audiences have seen the memes on how certain countries or certain cultures are portrayed through different lenses in cinema. And recently, that movie, I think it's called Thunderbolt, yeah?
Yes,
something.
It's Thunderbolt.
And Malaysia is in it.
Yes.
And a lot of people took pride, sarcastically, ironically, took pride in how our country is depicted with the blue lens.
Yes.
So we're sort of, wow, Malaysia is developed. And this article actually touches on that very issue, on how certain countries, especially in series like Breaking Bad, actually portrays certain countries in the yellow lens to show them as, what they see of them, the stereotypes, right?
The stereotype of
But the
West.
article doesn't just touch on the stereotypes and what the stereotypes are. It actually goes pretty in depth, and you should read it. It studies on how these countries, these cultures actually depict these other cultures in their cinema, right? And you might be thinking, why is this kind of article actually is in the website of an international relations society? What is the relevance to it? The relevance actually connects to what I said earlier, which is about how international relations nowadays, not just in University Malaya, Kuala Lumpur, not just here or there, but it actually is touching on human aspects, not just states versus states anymore. It's touching more on the ground level, the human side of international relations. And this article is actually one of our members' ways to point out that shift in international relations. So you should definitely check it out. Definitely read the article. Definitely read Zarif's article on ASEAN. And yeah.
All right, guys. So I think we have pretty much touched a bit of everything here. So I think that is all of our discussion today. We would, of course, do another episode after this. Maybe bringing in guests. Maybe if not, we are discussing. Me and Kirin will discuss about international matters on our own. So yeah, Kirin, do you have anything to say?
I hope this podcast will be shown to a wide range of audiences. I hope it gets continued even once we, as the members, finish our term.
Yes.
I hope that this will grow into something that isn't just a side project for a bunch of students in University Malaya, but eventually into something that is worthwhile. And by worthwhile, it's something that everybody can learn from and enjoy. The first episode may have its weaknesses from each of us, and those are the weaknesses that I hope, that I believe that we can improve upon in the future. And this will eventually be something that I hope will be quite enjoyable and educational. So yeah, that's what I think.
All right, guys. So I think there's a very pretty much wonderful sum up from Kirin. So yeah, my name is Zarif.
My name is Kirin.
And this is Sembang Antarabangsa. We will be seeing you in the next episode from University Malaya, Kuala Lumpur. Thank you very much.